Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is James Ramos from At the Quarter Pole, and here's my 2025 Travers State picks. And starting off with the Personal Ensign and the horse that I've been touting for the Breeders' Cup as being the favorite will be Torpedo Anna. But I think this horse could be on upset alert. This is a horse that has already have the winning or in race right now, and it's her race to throw away. And it's not going to be a throwaway, ladies and gentlemen. That she's going to be running against some of the best fillies and mares in this race. It's going to be a competitive race if this race still fills out the same coming Saturday. We have the one horse randomized. We're going to have Raging Cena race and also Darth Vader. That's going to be in representing in the Personal Ensign. The horse I'd like to beat Torpedo Anna would be Darth Vader, trained by George Weaver. This horse has show potential. I liked her when she had championship meet at Gulfstream Park, where she broke tardily out of the one stall, made a good run, came in around third in that race. This horse had a lot of bad luck, and I just think that you're going to see the better part of her running in a Personal Ensign, and it looks like 6-1. It's a good price. I believe that Darth Vader is going to go at a better price, and maybe around 8-1. A lot of money is going to be on Torpedo Anna going at starting out the morning line at 6-5. Probably be stabilized at 6-5 with the horses that she's running against, like Randomized and also Raging C. I would have said Raging C makes a good would be a good bet. The last race, I didn't see anything. She couldn't run into the a little bit more than the pedestrian speed won by Leslie's Rose in the race was another horse that's running in a Personal Ensign. That's why I'm going to Darth Vader. I think she has a wonderful chance to win this race, and she'll go up between 6 and 8-1. So right off the bat, in the Personal Ensign, I have Darth Vader for the slight upset, probably a big upset because other horses will be carrying money. Going on to the next race, I go through my phone and check out the entries. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Next big race would be the Allen Jerkins, and my pick for the Jerkins is going to be Chancellor McPatrick. Now, Chancellor McPatrick had just won the Curlin Stakes, going 2 turns. He came off the pace. The track was a little bit heavy that side, so it really benefited Chancellor McPatrick in this race. He's going to be running against the speed of Patch Adams. I guess that was a omen of that because I just spilled that horse's name out coming from the inside. Now, Patch Adams is the 3-1 favorite. That's how competitive this race is. Barnes is back, who was overly touted as being the next big thing for the Kentucky Derby. I honestly didn't think so because it was too much racing, too many good 3-year-olds at the beginning of the season. But right now, my pick for the Allen Jerkins is going to be Chance McPatrick off his Curlin win. He was supposed to run again into the Travers Stakes. Chad Brown didn't think he has a chance against Sovereignty, understandably why. So my pick will be Chance McPatrick in the Jerkins, just because he likes to track at Saratoga, though it really accommodates speed horses, but it seems like Chance McPatrick likes closing into this track. For whatever reason, he does well in this track. Going on to the next race, ladies and gentlemen. Will be the Ballerina Stakes. Ballerina, this was a no-brainer. This is my top play of the card, and it's going to be Scylla. Scylla, who I commented a couple of videos ago that ran into the inside, had a semi-trouble trick, couldn't get out the wet inside after being a sloppy track. This horse I was prepping for the Breeders' Cup, and I think Scylla is my best, well, I should say my best bet of the day would be Scylla at 5-2. I don't think he'll get a 5-2, but he shouldn't be less than 8-5. So Scylla, using the horizontal bets, is my play in the Ballerina in that race. Go on to the next race. Will be the Forgo Stakes. The Forgo Stakes, I like a long shot in this race. I'm not totally convinced that Bookham Dan, although he's a really good horse, and he'll be pulling for the Breeders' Cup, not unless something really weird happens at the last 2 months until the Breeders' Cup. The horse I like is Extra Anejo with Ben Curtis, trained by Steve Asmussen. The reason why I like it, he comes a productive race 2 races ago. And Churchill's down the handicap where he ran behind Mindframe and also Nisos. That was a productive race considering what Nisos is right now. They're touting him as being one of the top 5 horses for the Breeders' Cup Classic. I would say absolutely not. Now for the mile, he fits better because he doesn't have to run against horse like Sierra Leone, White on Barrio, Sovereignty, Journalism, Forever Young. The list goes on. Non-mind frame and fierceness. So Nisos is a good horse. He ran against a pedestrian field, I thought, in the San Diego handicap race where he ran horses like Express Train was already 8 going on a 9-year-old. Then Miramati, who really does not very much as a good 2 to 3 grade 3 horse, but he's not a genuine. He didn't beat a genuine field in this race, ladies and gentlemen. Nisos is being overly touted, just like Arabian Night was last year. So my opinion is that this horse, Extranejo, considering that he's going to be running against horses like Bookham Dano, who Bookham Dano has not run against horses like Mindframe or Nisos. I think at 20 to 1 is a great value bet. What do you say at 20 to 1? All handicaps somewhat alike, some like a little bit different. I see this horse being bet down, but I still like Extranejo at 20 to 1 for a value price. I could spread it around, put them exactas and tries, WPS, a win place to show bet because I think it'll pay really well. This is my long shot play of the car. My best bet would be Silla, but definitely Extranejo is my long shot play for the race. On to the next race. Course would be the Travers, and it's going to be pretty much summed up in one thing. Basically, the way this race turns out to be, Sovereignty's race to lose. He doesn't need the race. He's already in the Breeders' Cup Classic. If he wants to join in that field, he doesn't need this race. But this horse just seems like he's not getting any. He just gets better and better. It could be the next big thing. And some people say, well, I saw it coming. Some people, he's going to be a good 3-year-old, but not as exceptional. Even I'm surprised. I liked him in the Derby, but I'm surprised how well he's turned out for at this part of the year, going into the end of the year. A lot of wise guys, handicappers like Magnitude. I understand he's got high speed figures. He won the Risen Star way back in February with 108 speed figure. He won the Iowa Derby at 105. But remember, that's the Iowa Derby, which not the guy don't have the best horses in there. Sovereignty is at 2 to 5, should be less than that, could be less than that, but unfortunately, I don't see anybody beating Sovereignty. The only way Sovereignty loses this race is basically Belmont and tells Alvarado, we don't need this race. We're going to focus on the Breeders' Cup Classic. Just give him a nice workout over the track. You don't have to win it, which he doesn't have to. He's already won the Belmont, the Jim Dandy, and the Kentucky Derby. As a Magnitude, might definitely needs this race to say, well, I'm a top 3-year-old. I could win this race. I have the figures. I could be the speed on the inside, so he's going to take him to the front end. The unfortunate thing, a lot of horses like Bracket Buster, McAfee are going to be close to Magnitude. Do they have his speed figure? Nope. But that just serves up better as Sovereignty. And if you look at last race where Sovereignty ran to Jim Daddy, he outbroke Moplex, which was a hard thing to do because Moplex was supposed to be the speed of that race, and even by Asa would have a little bit more keen speed over Sovereignty. But at the beginning of the race, ladies and gentlemen, Sovereignty outbroke both of them. So I know you're not going to get anything off the pick 3 or the daily double ring pick for everybody at the track during Travers Day is going to have Sovereignty. Most of your handicappers are trying to fade Sovereignty. Good luck on that. I can't fade Sovereignty. Sovereignty is a horse that is still the best thing out there right now. Do you play him in the pick 5? Do you leave the race out? I mean, at 2 to 5, I mean, if it's going to be a good race to watch, gambling wise, there's other value in other races, ladies and gentlemen, and it'll be a good race to watch. But yeah, I'm rooting for Sovereignty. I believe that is all my picks for Travers Day, the stakes races, and this is going to be the end of my report. This is James Ramos from At the Quarter Pole. We're winning in history, but neck and neck. Have a good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.